Hey guys, it's Alana from Page 6 Style, and I have a very special guest in our studio today. It's Tom Marchitelli of Gents Playbook, and if you don't know him already, you may know his Instagram, his super popular Instagram, and you've also dressed how many clients, professional athletes do you have at this point?
500, and that number is growing every week.
That is.
So, I mean, we're creeping up every single day, especially this time of year with Super Bowl time.
How did you get your start? Because I know you weren't always in the fashion space.
Correct, yes. So I'm from Massachusetts and went to Boston College. I have a finance degree. I took that finance degree down the street from here. I was working at a hedge fund in New York City for 8 years. I was on the accounting side, crunching numbers every day, and I definitely wasn't pushing myself to my potential. I was kind of tabling my personality and my energy. That's just how the corporate office.
You weren't wearing suits like this one, I imagine, to your day to day.
I was not yet, but that's the transition. So I had a guy in New York City that was making me custom-made suits, but the guy that was making the clothes for me couldn't really get the fit the way that I wanted it. I was one of the first guys that really wanted the super tapered pant, the really pinched stomach, and my wife said, you know, I think you could do this better than him. And she said, why don't you start a little side business? Why don't you start an Instagram page and put pictures of yourself in all these suits? So I took all the suits that I had bought and I found a local tailor that kind of just did what I wanted to do. And I paid attention to how he got the results that I wanted, because it's a numbers thing, really, which I'm a numbers guy from my finance background, so it made for a smooth transition. I cropped my head out because I wanted to focus on the tailoring and the fabric. And I got 100,000 followers in a year, simply from hashtag menswear, hashtag men's style, hashtag men's fashion. Unintentionally, athletes started following me like crazy.
Amazing, the power of hashtags.
And I guess they liked how I looked in the suits. So then I start getting DMs from athletes. And the first one, I'll never forget it, from an NFL quarterback. He said, I want to look like the guy in the pictures. Can you make me look like him? And I said, I love that you said that. I'm the guy in the pictures.
Surprise.
Yes.
Who was that first athlete?
Chase Daniel, and he always wants to make sure I shout his name out.
Obviously, I have to ask about Page 6 favorite Travis Kelce, because
I
hear
everyone's favorite.
That was a DM moment.
He slid right in. I had worked with Eric Hosmer on the Kansas City Royals, baseball player, and the Royals had just won the World Series. So the team goes to the White House. So Eric was one of the most prominent players there, and I made him a suit for the White House, and he was the one that went up to the podium to speak. He told me, Travis texted him and said, who made you that suit? I need that guy. And the next day, Travis DM'd me, and he said, hey, I heard you're the guy. I need you to come tailor me for some suits. I went to his hotel. I remember the suit I wore. It was a two-tone beige and brown plaid. He opened the door and looked me up and down, and he goes, ooh, wee. I'll never forget it.
I can hear it in his voice.
Never forget it. And he's like, let's go. I called the right guy, and we sat down, and you know, I knew that he wanted the fabrics that no one else would have. He was one of the first that really pushed me into like the fabric I'm wearing right now, like a silk abstract print that you're not gonna see everywhere. Because he can go on the Fifth Avenue and have his pick of any high-end fashion designer, right? Which is what he's wearing mostly now. But he's always had that eye to really push the envelope and wear things that got people talking, because that's what he loves to do. And I had the pleasure for dressing him for Super Bowl 54 in Miami. And now for Miami, obviously we had to go crazy, tropical.
Totally. Lean in.
Yeah, Travis is amazing.
A real risk taker too.
He
like
is.
I'm sure you have a lot of fun with clients like that.
Yeah.
You really want to push the envelope, try things that are new, you know.
2 weeks ago, the Chiefs announced their playoff captains.
Yes, I saw that.
And they had
photo.
their formal shoot, and I dressed 3 out of the 6 of them. But I love that Travis wore that pinstripe suit, because people are so used to seeing him in the really unique, out of the ordinary prints and fabrics and materials. So I love that he wore my gray, thin pinstripe, double-breasted suit. He still kept it Trav with the sneakers.
Right.
You know, but like again, he's got the hand pose. You know,
okay, tell us about the hand pose, because this is like a whole thing.
Maybe it was the second or third red carpet I worked with him on. It was the 2018 ESPY Awards, and I made him a blue and black, royal blue paisley with black accented suit. Cool. And I remember seeing the picture that day when it released, and it's the most amazing picture I've ever seen of him, period.
Yeah.
Not just saying that because I made the suit. I mean, he photographed so well, the beard was on point, but he has his hands just perfectly rested around the button of the suit. And it is so flattering to the suit, because you see the side tapering with separation with his arms, the jacket's length flush, and also the pants were painted on him, which is what he wanted, it's what I wanted. So I asked him once, and I said, what's going on with the hand pose? And then, he said, well, Tom, it's exactly what you think it does. It's accentuating the cut of the suit. And then he started doing kind of rubbing his hands, I saw in interviews, which for the people that follow Gents Playbook on Instagram, they know I'm a big hand rubber in all of my fit check videos. Some people like to heckle me about it. I do that in all my videos without even thinking now. Because again, I want to showcase the cut, the fit, because I'm a suit designer, right? So I want to show off the fit that I'm creating for my clients and for myself so that you see it. But yeah, you don't see a fit check video without me doing this. And I always think of Trav when I do it.
Would you say the Miami look was your favorite you've done for him?
No, the ESPYs.
Oh, really?
The ESPYs look, absolutely. Because of that shot. It was a moment in time, and I was on the carpet with him. For that red carpet, Travis asked me to make him a short suit.
Oh my God.
It was in LA, it was 100 degrees. He said, Tom, what do you think if we do a short suit? And I said, Trav, first of all, I'm not in the business of telling anybody no, especially Travis Kelce. I said, Trav, I can't do it. He said, what do you mean? I said, a short suit is not it right now. It's not. I said, you're a huge guy. You got great legs, but it's inelegant for a red carpet. I convinced him that the better move was this royal blue paisley suit.
Yeah.
We get to the ESPYs carpet, 6 guys walk in short suits. He looks at me and he goes, you were right, Tom. And I said, you said it. Imagine being one of 7 in short suits, and he doesn't want to be grouped in any type of category. He's in his own league.
Should the moment arise, would you make his wedding tux for him? Should that?
Absolutely. There's the easiest question of the day.
There you go.
But I'm sure I'll be in line behind Christian Dior, Tom Ford, Tom Brown, Louis Vuitton, Amiri, everybody, and that's the line right now.
When it comes to making these really special suits for your clients, do you ever repeat fabrics, or is everything truly just one and then you retire it? How does that work?
So I wouldn't be able to, because my client book is so large, it would be nearly impossible to do one and done for everyone. So I keep the one of ones for exclusive clientele.
Got it.
And for exclusive events.
Got it.
The suit I'm wearing is one of 2.
Okay.
I made it for Dak Prescott.
Who I definitely want to ask about too, because I know you guys go way back and you have a special relationship.
One of the best dressed men in all of sports, not just NFL. He hasn't worn the same suit twice to a game in 8 seasons.
How many of your suits does he have?
150.
Oh my God.
I met Dak. I didn't DM Dak. He didn't DM me. I was standing in a hotel lobby for NFL honors, and he walked over to me and opened my suit jacket and said,
to check the label.
He said, who made this? I said, I made it. And he reached out his hand. He goes, I'm ready to buy right now. That's what he said to me. Gave me my number and changed my business forever. Everything made for Dak is one of 1. Everything made for Shannon Sharpe is one of 1. He made sure to let me know, Tom, I don't even want to see a fabric that you're putting on any other NFL player.
Wow.
And he deserves that, because Shannon is the best dressed man on all of television, in my opinion, and has been for years.
Yeah.
In fact, when I was working at the hedge fund, I would watch, he was on the NFL Today, and I said, I want to look like that guy. The guy that was making my suits, I said, I want you to make me look like, I want my suits to look like Shannon Sharpe's suits.
Wow.
Fast forward, he buys from me and I make his suits now.
What a full circle moment. What are some of your other all-time favorite looks that you've created?
The first one that always comes to mind is an outfit I made for Dak to wear to the 2020 NFL honors. It was in Miami, so the same year that Travis was in the Super Bowl. And it is a dusty rose silk. This past season, Justin Simmons, who's a defensive back on the Atlanta Falcons, I made him, and this is on my Instagram, one of my most popular posts from this year. It's a hunter green and cognac brown oversized houndstooth check.
I've seen this one, it's so good.
Each houndstooth check is this large.
Yeah.
And I made him a double-breasted coat, but I made the pants in the same fabric.
So good.
So it's a top to bottom monotone of the print, and I did that a couple times for him this year, but none more impactful than that. Those 2 colors, and I got him the cognac Chelsea boots to match perfectly. And Justin's one of my supermodels. I mean, he's built.
Looks so good in everything.
He's built like a mannequin. He also inspires all other athletes. When I go fit guys in other sports, they pull up pictures of Justin more than anyone.
Let's talk about how long it takes to turn around one of these suits from start to finish.
Yeah.
What's the average? And then what is the fastest you've ever had to do this in?
Yes. So my standard turn is 3 weeks.
Okay.
I can do it as fast as 24 hours. I've done 24 hours countless times.
Wild.
And obviously I charge more for it, and guys know that there's really no one else offering that type of rush service.
Speaking of price, what's the usual price for one of your suits?
I would say between $3,000 and $4,000 is the average. Sometimes it can go over that, certainly when you counter in the rush fee. But I always say the guys are paying for the best fabrics, fit, and service.
Yep.
The personal service that I provide, I'm at your door the next day.
Right.
If it's across the country, it doesn't matter. I'm there.
You get what you pay for, as they say.
You do, especially with me. Someone we haven't spoken about yet, Josh Allen, who
yeah.
very well could win the MVP. He's engaged to Haley Steinfeld. And
100%.
I sure hope I get the nod for that wedding.
Absolutely. Well, you did his Kentucky Derby
I
look,
sure did.
right?
Yep.
That like mint julep moment.
Yes, yes, seafoam-ish.
Yep.
Pretty much all the suits he wears are mine. A part of what I love to do and the reason that guys come to me is for a casual sports fan that only recognizes football players on the field with their helmets and their shoulder pads on. I'm helping raise their profile so people know who they are off the field. I want people to recognize Dak without his helmet on and be inspired by how amazing they carry themselves, how well tailored the clothing is, and how they represent themselves as people first.
Yeah, and it gives them a chance to flex their personality too when
Absolutely.
they're in a uniform during their
Absolutely,
jobs.
right?
Like there's a reason the tunnel fit has become such a huge thing.
That's
like,
exactly it. Yeah.
It's competitive. It's as competitive as I feel like the game on the field
It's
or
a
in the
sport
arena.
within a sport.